The Adventurer's Log 1.1123.20. Hi, I'm Bobby. I'm your host, and today we're going to be talking about Doctor Who because it is Doctor Who Day. But before we get to that, let's get into this day in tech history. So, on November 23rd, 2004, Blizzard Entertainment releases the massively multiplayer online role-playing game World of Warcraft. World of Warcraft is currently the most popular online game in history. It has numerous expansion packs. I don't know how many there are. It's chaotic. So, on to our review of the day. So, we're talking about Doctor Who, specifically the Season 12, Episode 5, titled Fugitive of the Jadoon. So, in this episode, we have Captain Jack, and we have Jo Martin. Jo Martin is an interesting character. Her character is named Ruth. It's a very interesting character. So, it opens with Ruth, played by Jo Martin, starting her day before work, and her partner, is there and is like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot I didn't forget your birthday, but I meant to make breakfast, and I'm sorry." She's like, "It's okay. Just tell me you love me and get me a cake." So, pretty simple. So, as that is happening, the Doctor is on the TARDIS with her companions, and they are watching her do her work stuff, and they're like, "What's going on?" Doctor's like, "Oh, nothing's wrong." And like, "Well, actually, something is wrong because you're not talking to us again. That only happens when someone's bothering you." Like, "Well, I'm looking for the Master." It's like, "Well, he was taken by the Chibians or whatever the aliens were in the previous episode." And the Doctor's like, "Yeah, but he's smart. He can get away. I'm just searching for him." So then alarms in the TARDIS go off, and she looks and goes, "Oh, the Jadoon. Why are they here? Why is the quote unquote police force here?" And the companions are like, "Wait, police force? What? If they're the police, then what's wrong?" And the Doctor's like, "Oh, lots wrong." So they land on the planet at the same time that the Jadoon are beaming down, and they go to help investigate. As the Jadoon are beaming down, they're scanning people, and one lady basically accosts them and gets killed. And another guy basically accosts the Jadoon and gets killed. So they still are very strict in their enforcement of the law. And as the companions and the Doctor are trying to help, first Graham is beamed up, and you're like, "What's going on there?" And then later, Yaz and Ryan are beamed up. Well, the person who beams them up is Captain Jack Harkness, played by John Barrowman. So we get to see him, and it's the first time we've seen him since David Tennant's time period. So that's pretty cool. And he's like, "Have you missed me?" And goes over and kisses Graham, and "I like the gray on the temples. It's very dignified." And Graham's like, "Yeah, I'm not the Doctor." I'm like, "Oh, well, what does he look like?" Graham's like, "She." Jack goes, "Ooh, I can't wait to see that." And through the time with the companions, with Jack, we find out a message called "Lone Cyberman, don't give the Lone Cyberman what he wants. Could be the end of the universe. Tell the Doctor I'll be there when she needs me. I will see her soon." And then he evaporates or disappears because of the nanogenes or whatever, which kind of the throwback to Eccleston's time period with the "Are You My Mummy" episode. So, So all of that happens during all of what I'm about to talk about. So the doctor helps Ruth, figures out Ruth is the one that's being hunted. Lee, her husband, is hiding stuff. A general shows up named Gat, ends up killing Lee. But right before Lee was apprehended, he sends a text to Ruth, basically activating her for a moment so she can protect herself. As she is activated, she defends herself against the Jadoon, shoots a couple, I believe, or just straight up defends herself and pulls the horn off of one of the commanding Jadoon, and they leave the planet. And they also tell Ruth before they leave that Lee is dead. And they show the image of Lee being executed. They don't show who does it. So that is neat. So as the doctor and Ruth are talking, we figure out that she has memories of this lighthouse. So they go to the lighthouse to investigate. The doctor is investigating around the property, finds an unmarked gravestone, digs underneath after scanning it, and it's the TARDIS. As that is happening, Ruth sees this in case of emergency break glass alarm thing. Either it's a fire alarm or it's a burglar alarm or whatever. And she breaks it, and she is hit by the energy that is Time Lord energy. And so she gathers a few things, changes her outfit, and goes and meets our doctor. And it's like, yes, that's my ship. You're going to like this. And so our doctor goes into Ruth's TARDIS, and the TARDIS takes off, and the Ruth doctor, as they now call her, and our doctor are flying and talking, and our doctor's like, you've got to be my future. And Ruth is like, no, I'm your past. And our doctor's like, no, you've got to be my future. I've never seen you before. And Ruth is like, you're not my past. I can guarantee you that. So, that does throw a wrench in the system for canon, but we'll see. Hold on. As they're flying along and talking, our doctor's like, how do I not remember you? What is going on? Freaking out. And eventually Gat, the commander who killed Lee, catches up to them along with the Jadoon, and there's a conversation between them, and our doctor admits that she's also the doctor, but from Ruth's future. There's no point in arresting Ruth because what they're going after doesn't exist anymore. And Gat's like, this is a trick. I don't believe you. And our doctor does, the little memory exchange thing that Time Lords can do and shows the ashes of and destruction of Gallifrey. So Gat ends up getting killed, and Ruth is like, you're my future. I'm your past. We have to leave it at that. And so the episode ends. Our doctor is told about Jack and what Jack said about the lone Cybermen, and that he will be there whenever she needs him. And he will see her soon. So that's the end of the episode. I'm also going to talk about The Timeless Child, which was the season finale of this season. Not do a full cover because it's technically 2 episodes. It's a 2-parter. But The Timeless Child, we find out on the finale of season 12 that there is a explorer from the small lonely planet of Gallifrey that went off into space and explored all the reaches of the galaxy that she could, and she found this planet that had this giant doorway of sorts to another galaxy, another universe, whatever. And at the base of it was a child. And so the explorer, takes the child, and they go back to Gallifrey, and the the explorer is doing research on the child, but really can't figure out anything. Well, as the child is growing up, an accident happens, and the child dies. And then, as the explorer is like, "Oh no, oh my gosh," the child regenerates. And so the explorer continues to do research on the child over and over and over and over. And the explorer ends up finding a way to incorporate the regeneration process into herself and her people. And they became the Time Lords. The explorer has changed bodies, obviously. But the explorer has decided that what is best is that the Time Lords are limited to their number of regenerations. With that, we figure out that there's some sort of secret department of the Time Lords called the Division, but that's all we know, because the Matrix information is corrupted / deleted intentionally, and not by the Master, but by someone else higher up. But we find out that the timeless child is the Doctor, our Doctor. So that adds to the fact that Ruth is there, an unknown face to the Doctor. Well, there's an episode in classic Doctor Who where Tom Baker's Doctor, I believe it's Tom Baker's Doctor. Anyways, one of the doctors has to disarm something, and in the process, we see all the faces of the Doctor as well as faces we've never seen before. And so that was the first instance of that mentioned, very loosely. It was never touched on or reinitialized ever. But this also explains how the Doctor got regeneration powers when it was Matt Smith, at the time of the day, the night of the Doctor or whatever, where they're on Transalore. They made it seem that the Time Lords gave the Doctor another chance to regenerate. Well, the thing is, they might have released the energy, but the Doctor could have done it anyways, because nobody knows that the Doctor is the timeless child. And then the Doctor regenerates into Peter Capaldi's, as well as into Jodie Whittaker's. So there's a lot that's going to need to be touched on with Doctor Who in the next season or two. Specifically, what is the Division? So, the episode, The Fugitive of the Jadoon, no, actually, the End of the Timeless Child, ends with the Doctor, all the Cybermen on the ship that landed on top of Gallifrey have been destroyed, and as far as we know, the Master and the Cybermen, the Cyberlords, as he called them, have also been destroyed. So, the end of that, we see the Doctor, our Doctor, getting into her TARDIS, like, oh my goodness, what is happening? What is going on? I need to know more about who I am. The alarms go off, and the Jadoon pop up and take her and put her in a prison cell. And that's it. That's the end of the episode. Well, since today is Doctor Who Day, they did release a sneak peek, snippet, teaser trailer for the revolution of the Daleks, which is the next episode. And it opens with Captain Jack. So we're going to see Captain Jack in the next episode helping the companions in one way or another to get the Doctor. And also fighting the Daleks. Maybe we'll get a little bit more information about the Timeless Child incidences, the repercussions of the Timeless Child up to Ruth, the Ruth Doctor. So I'm excited. They've not said if it's going to be coming out on Christmas Day, like all the episodes up till pretty much till Jodie Whittaker. The Christmas specials were all on Christmas. Well, till Jodie Whittaker, that's when they happened. I believe there was only one of Peter Capaldi's Christmas episode. No, there was two. There was three. It doesn't matter. So there's a chance that it might actually be on New Year's Day, like they did with the other Christmas episodes of Jodie Whittaker. So, or specials or whatever. So we'll see what happens with that. But I'm excited because we're going to find out more about the division, more about the Time Lord past. I bet you we will run into other versions of the Doctor at some point, and we're going to see Captain Jack. It might be a short stint that Captain Jack is there, but if everything goes well and the reception of Jack there goes well, who knows? Maybe there might be a slight renewal of Torchwood. It would be nice. I'd enjoy it. So, we'll see. All right, that's all I have for today. So, take a chance and explore something new or old, but new to you. Adventure is out there. Go find it. I'll see y'all next time.